In 2013, Baz Luhrmann made an adaptation of the classic novel by F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. This movie was met with mixed reviews and has split fans of the book like me, so in this video, I want to show you the top 3 details Luhrmann included from the book that make it a good and faithful adaptation of the book. But first, I want to tell you the basis on which I'm judging this adaptation. I think that the best way to read The Great Gatsby is as a book about the American dream. But not only that, it's a book about the impossibility of achieving the American dream for most Americans in the early 1920s. If you need proof of this, just think about the main character of the book, Gatsby. But more on that later. First, I want to give you a list of the top 3 details from the book that the movie includes, which stick to the theme of the American dream being impossible at that time. Number 3. Throughout the novel The Great Gatsby, a novel that certainly did not require it, the narrator Nick Carraway includes small details about ordinary African American people. For instance, in the first chapter, as African American butlers serve dinner at the Buchanan residence, Tom talks about a book that he read on, and these are his words, the colored empires, and how they need to be kept under control. And in later chapters, African American people are described as playing the jazz music that everyone enjoys. They're even depicted as enjoying a little bit of the wealth of the Roaring Twenties. The inclusion of these tiny details from the book reminds viewers that for African American people, the American dream was not achievable due to discrimination despite their hard work and involvement in creating the wealth that was enjoyed in the 1920s. Number 2. Daisy's introduction and fate. When dinner at the Buchanans is interrupted by Tom's mistress, Daisy, upset, goes outside and tells Nick that the best thing a woman can be in that time period is, quote, a beautiful fool, end quote. And later, when given the choice, she chooses to stay with Tom because she knows that choosing Gatsby would mean poverty and shame, no matter how hard she were to work, and she doesn't because she's always been rich. Daisy can't achieve the American dream. Number 3. Gatsby's fate. Of course I had to talk about Gatsby. Gatsby is born poor with a dishonorable name, but by luck, happenstance, and sheer force of will, oh yeah, and a lot of bootlegging, Jay Gatsby achieved the appearance of old money, and he lies to make it seem like he is part of an old money family. But in the end, Gatsby was always doomed to fail because the old money people of the world are invested in making sure that they are the only ones to achieve the American dream. Gatsby's last note, a schedule from his childhood related to his own self-improvement, is tragic because it shows just how much he always wanted to achieve the American dream, but the Toms of the world would never allow it. So overall, these 3 reasons show how the movie uses details from the book to match the book's theme, the impossibility of the American dream in the 1920s.